Well, we've lost out on Szoboszlai, guys. That isn't going to happen, and I'm quite pissed off about it, to be honest. I was hoping that he would be a wonderful signing for Newcastle United. But also on today's show, it may well be that we are turning our attention to Thuram as a replacement for Szoboszlai. Also today, Tonali could be announced as early as Monday. The new away shirt has been announced. It's a very interesting one. And Galatasaray and Atalanta are after a certain Frenchman for Newcastle. So let's take a look, guys. This is the Daily News. Hi everybody, I'm Paul. Welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel and of course the Daily News Show. As usual, before we get started, if you do enjoy today's show, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It is very important that we keep the likes coming on the channel. And if you're new and you like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Come and be part of this wonderful community on the Toon Review. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any future videos. Right, as you can see there, the headline at the bottom is out of the race for Szoboszlai. I'm quite pissed off. I really am pissed off about this because, you know, we've spoke about Szoboszlai for a long time now, and we hoped that he would be coming into the club. A lot was said about him, about sending scouts out, etc., to see him play. And there was a problem with, I think the major stumbling block with this was his release clause. You know, we had to pay that up front if we were to go for him. I don't even know if Liverpool are going to go for the release clause. They may well just offer £60 million and that will get him. It seems like Liverpool is his preferred destination anyway. He has been quoted in very recent times as saying that Jurgen Klopp is one of the best managers in the world and he would love to work under him and see what they can win in the future. So it looks like as soon as Szoboszlai knew that Liverpool were interested, it was simply a case of when. But as I say, I'm really pissed off now. You know, two players that I really wanted at Newcastle United were Maddison and Szoboszlai, and we haven't got either of them. Now, this will probably cause a little bit of worry and a little bit of angst among the Newcastle fans. I wouldn't panic just yet. There's plenty of players out there. Yes, I'm pissed off that we haven't got them because I thought they'd be wonderful acquisitions for Newcastle United. It isn't going to happen. We have to move on. But, you know, are we starting to lose out on players because of other clubs' history? I mean, Maddison going to Tottenham, I don't think that was anything to do with history. I think that was money and the fact it was London. But with Szoboszlai, Liverpool, do they have more pulling power than us because of the history of the club? You know, Liverpool are massively known in Europe. We're not there yet. And that's the thing. We're not in the same calibre as Liverpool. We're not thought of in the same calibre as Liverpool because of what they've done in the past. So if that is the case, we've got a long way to go to get to that stage where players will think of us like that. But for me, it's disappointing. I'm pissed off about it. But, I mean, some reports are even saying that we weren't actually interested in him. I think that's a load of rubbish. I mean, I've read a couple of reports in on Newcastle didn't want him or weren't interested. We did. Newcastle, we sent scouts out. That was known, you know, to go and watch Leipzig. They could have been watching somebody else, but at the time, you know, Szoboszlai's name was very much at the top of the list. And to miss out on him is really frustrating, guys. It really is. But we have to move on. And who will we move on to next? Because Szoboszlai now has gone. Now, after missing out on Szoboszlai, reports are suggesting, and this is from numerous sources, by the way, that Thuram, the Frenchman, is now our number one target over this summer's window. But it's not going to be easy to get him, guys. Nice, his current club, could be asking in excess of £60 million. Now, bear in mind that we signed Isak for the same amount of money. Thuram is 22-year-old. Very, very good player. Very good player. And would certainly improve the midfield no matter which way you looked at it. Now, Newcastle may well turn around in the long run and say that maybe that Szoboszlai and Maddison, they were all smokescreens in order to, you know, keep our interest in Thuram very quiet. Because there's a certain club in Merseyside who are also interested in him. and that's Liverpool. It's unbelievable, this, because all the big targets that we seem to mention now in these shows that we do are based on us and Liverpool also interested in. Arsenal have had a little sniff as well, but Liverpool, now that they're signing Szoboszlai, it may well drain the budget a little bit in order to pay another £60 million for Thuram. That's what I'm hoping anyway, and certainly that's what a few reports have come in and said earlier today. Now, Thuram, without a doubt, would be a quality player and a quality addition. There will be fans out there that say, oh, we didn't want Thuram, we wanted either Maddison or Szoboszlai. We haven't got that option anymore. And Thuram is certainly a player that Newcastle have been interested in the past. For me, yes, go and try and get him. But this is going to be a very, very difficult deal to negotiate because of the price tag. We're not going to go out there and pay £60 million up front for Thuram. It could be more. So they're going to have to go in installments again, look after our FFP. But, you know, when we're talking about transfers now, we are mentioning, you know, installments and FFP a lot, and it's grinding on me. I must admit, it really is grinding on me because, you know, I'd just love us to go out and sign a player, get them in without all this rigmarole of, well, we've got to be looking after FFP. That's not Newcastle United's fault, of course. That's just the rules that are in place. But when you see some of the other bigger teams, the big teams spending absolute fortunes, it's frustrating. But, you know, the way FFP works, they've generated a lot of income in the last few years, which enables them to spend a little bit more money. And as I said earlier on, we're not quite there yet. So although it's very frustrating, we've got to abide by the rules, and we've got to just keep going and make sure that we bring in the players that Eddie Howe still wants. You know, we'll lose a couple. Yes, we have already. However, you know, there is a lot of football players out there, a lot of talent. We know that Dan Ashworth is very, very good at bringing in the talent. He did it for Brighton, and there's no reason why he can't do it for Newcastle United. But certainly as the transfer window goes on, it does get more frustrating when you see these players that we've been heavily, heavily linked with, and 90% certain we were going to sign them, and then to lose them is really frustrating. So maybe Khéphren Thuram is the one that we finally get over the line. Another question that is in everybody's mind at the moment is, when are we going to see Sandro Tonali lift that Newcastle United shirt up and be unveiled as a Newcastle United player? With everything going on at the minute, you can understand a few fans are a little bit worried about what's going on. You know, why hasn't he signed yet? Where is he? But let's be honest, he's just been knocked out of the European Championships. You know, give the Italian side a chance to get back to Italy, and Tonali just to settle before he comes into the limelight of Newcastle United. There's going to be a lot of press, a lot of people around him when he comes to Newcastle United. So he's just got to take a little step back and get himself prepared for that. Now, according to reports, that is going to happen on Monday. We all thought it might be today with Italy getting knocked out on Wednesday. But look, if everything's in place and the signing's in place and contracts have been signed, then for me, there's no worry. You know, it's just a case of when is he going to be unveiled as a Newcastle United player. Certainly the Chronicle and Newcastle World and Sky Sports, etc., are all saying that the deal is done. It is complete. All we need to do now is the official unveiling of Tonali himself. So that looks like it's going to happen on Monday. You may have seen on social media this morning that Newcastle United have announced their second kit. And as you can see behind me, it is the green one. Now, when this first came out, it looked a bit all over the place because, when we first saw the concept of it, the badge was bent. It was slanted over to one side. There was no sponsorship on it, obviously. Now, I've had a look at it again. It's not too bad. It isn't too bad. It's certainly one of those shirts that will probably grow on me as time goes by. Will I get one? Of course I will, because I'm a Newcastle United fan, and to have the shirt is just part of the journey. So I will have it. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because we all thought this might be our third kit. Because obviously, the Saudi colours that we had last season, and then moving into this one, we obviously thought that the Saudi colours may well be the third kit again. How wrong we were. This is going to be our official away kit. Now, everybody's going to talk about the Saudi colours and things like that, but we have actually had green away kits in the past, so I don't really care what other clubs say. This is something that Newcastle United were always going to do. They're always going to have the Saudi colours in the away or the third kit. It happens to be the away one this season. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of this shirt? Is it something that you're going to purchase? A man shrouded in mystery and wonderment, isn't he, Alan St. Maximan? We don't know whether he's going to be staying at Newcastle United. He puts various voodoo clues onto his Instagram as to what's going to happen with his future. However, it's been reported from Italy this morning that Atalanta are interested in ASM. Now, they haven't made a bid for him. What they've done is they've declared an interest in him. Now, it's an enquiry. That's all it is. It's an enquiry for him. Obviously, they want Newcastle United to come back and say, right, well, if you're interested, if you're really interested in him, this is the price. Now, whether Atalanta can come to some agreement with the club first before they even speak to Maxi, is a big question, because there's another side involved as well. Galatasaray have also declared an interest in Maxi. So where would he go? I think Serie A would be the perfect place for Maxi to go should he leave Newcastle United. The way things are going in the window, I don't particularly want to lose Maxi at the minute. Maybe later on in the window, if we've got a couple of signings in and we've got that position well and truly covered, absolutely have a look at it. But there's no reason and no pressure on Newcastle United to sell Maxi in the minute unless the player is unhappy himself, which has been reported a few times. But I don't know whether to believe them reports or not. But Atalanta certainly entering the race or making an inquiry might just prick up ASM's ears and say, well, if I'm not going to be truly a first teamer here next season, is Atalanta a place where I can make my new home? But then again, he'll want to be in the Champions League. Maxi stated a number of times that Champions League is big for him. It gives him that springboard to try and get into the French national team. So it's one to keep an eye on in the coming weeks. Finally, reports are coming out from Spain this morning that Newcastle United may enter the race for Samuel Chukwueze. Now, I don't know whether I've pronounced that correctly, guys. You know what I'm like for names. However, this guy is playing for Villarreal. He's 24-year-old winger, and it was highly expected that he was going to be signing for AC Milan this summer. Now, that hasn't happened yet. AC Milan apparently had agreed a fee. The deal was almost tied up, but for some reason they're stalling. Now, whether they've got the money straight away, I don't know. Obviously, the Tonali deal will help with that, but they haven't yet signed the player, and reports said that Newcastle United have suddenly entered the race. Now, we do know that we'd probably be looking at a winger this summer. The right side of midfield, for me, needs addressing, but we don't know how much he's going to cost. There's no transfer fee on there. There's no... it doesn't even tell us what Milan offered, to be honest, so I'm not sure on that one. But look, if it comes off, it comes off. At least we're looking at players, and that's what we've got to be positive on at this time, guys, because I'm really pissed we missed Szoboszlai. I have to say that. I'm really pissed off. He could have been a wonderful acquisition. Liverpool are getting an absolute baller. 22-year-old Hungarian captain, brilliant footballer, and it pisses me off that Liverpool are going to be signing him. However, we have to try and keep positive. Yes, we've lost a couple of that we've been highly interested in, but there is a lot of other players out there. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Is Thuram the answer to missing out on Szoboszlai? Do you think ASM would be interested in moving away to Atalanta or Galatasaray? Let me know in the comments what you think of all the stories today. But thank you for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed the show, as usual, please do give it the thumbs up. It is vitally important we stay up there in the search results on YouTube, so fellow viewers like yourselves can find us and hopefully subscribe. If you are new, please do hit the subscribe button. Come and be part of this wonderful community here. It is free to do so, and also the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos in the future. You can become a member of the Toon Review if you do so wish. There is a join button just underneath there. That helps to donate to the channel once a month and also gets you entered into all the prize draws. And of course, you can donate to the channel while we're off air if you do so wish. There is a thanks button just along from the thumbs up, and that'll take you through to a payment method on there. But thank you in advance for all that. We will see you very soon. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care.